Hi, this is Jim Jordan with the Oregon Energy Healing Center, and today I'd like to make an invitation to the members, present and former members that may not, some of them may not be coming to the center anymore, but if you see this message, this is for you too, to an invitation to a class, a very special class that I'm going to teach. Many of you I've spoken to over the last year or so about a Qigong practice I've done for 7 years called Pangu Shengong. It's they categorize as a mystical form of Qigong, which means it's affecting not just your physical body, your psyche and emotions, but also at the spiritual level. That's how I take it to mean that. And I'm inviting you to a class I want to offer to teach this practice. I have been certified to teach the practice for 3 years now, and I've taught very few people. It's a very unique practice. It's very simple to do. The movements are very simple. They're not fancy, but it's incredibly powerful. And since there have been so many people who've come up to me recently that said they want me to teach them, I want to teach it at the EE system here in the room. And we're going to do it on some off hours when we're not open. It'll take about an hour total. So it's going to be either a Sunday or a Monday. We're closed on Sundays and Mondays. And I want those who are interested to contact me directly, and we'll set up a time that works for the majority of, for hopefully everybody. That's what I'd like to do. And I may offer it this one time. I may do it more often. I'm not certain, but I want to see how people respond to it. I came across this practice at a time when I was just barely coming out of a very long 3.5 year illness. And my health was still not very good. And I came across it through a student of the man who developed it. The man who developed it is Master Wen Wei O. We refer to as Master O. And he taught a practitioner named Keith Coley the practice, and he taught me. Keith taught me. And when I learned it, I did the practice just once a day, 20 minutes a day at first. I felt a little something, but then I started to do it more often. And it was a major factor in my health recovery. My emotional state, moods, nervous system, vitality and strength and balance, energy, immune system, ability to detoxify and process stress and to regenerate, all of that was supercharged with the Pangu Shengong practice. And the more often and consistently I did it, the better I felt. And of course, as one feels better, they kind of forget about some things a little bit, but it is my go-to practice to this day, along with spending time in the EE system and earthing and a few other things. That is what helps me function and deal with my life the way, and sometimes it's very stressful, as everybody's is. So that's for myself. And as I've mentioned it to people, some people have been saying, when are you going to teach your class? So I'm going to start teaching the classes sometime in the next 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. I want to hear from those of you out there who said, yes, this is for me. I want to do it. There's a fee for the class. It's a one-time fee. Once you learn it, that's it. You never have to take another class again. It's $120, and part of that goes to support the foundation that Master O has created to spread his message of the Pangu Shengong practice. So that is my offer for you. I want to tell a little story. As I started to investigate this, when I talked to Keith about it, he said, yeah, check it out. Talk to some people, practitioners who use it. And I went to the pangushengong.org website and contacted a lot of the certified teachers, and they all called me back. And many of them were therapists, actually. A lot of people use it for mood issues and anxiety and depression and PTSD and things like that. And it was a universal, and these are people that learned the practice, it could have been 20 years ago, and they're still using it in their practice to this day, in their healing practice. And they said, universally, it was like, thumbs up, this is fantastic. If you do it regularly, you will benefit. And that's the truth. In my case, it's been fabulous. I have taught it already to, maybe just 10 people. There's very few people I felt were really receptive to it. we're ready for it. I don't run around and proselytize about it, but those of you who come here, because especially the EE system is so focused on energy and frequency, I think you'll relate to this and resonate with it. It is a powerful practice that cultivates life force and energy. And I'll describe my interpretation of how that's done in the class. And it cultivates energy and then balances the energy. In Chinese medicine, that's yin and yang. In Western medicine or modern physiology, that is, the acid alkaline balance, the regeneration elimination balance, the autonomic nervous system balance, the left and right hemispheres of the brain. Everything is energy and balance. And this practice, if you're out of balance, will put you back into balance. If you're depleted, it will charge you up. If you're full of anxiety, you will calm you down, especially if you do it while you're earthing. So it's powerful, no doubt about that. And I know some of you are wanting to do this. So let's give me a call at the office number. I'll put that in the newsletter below here. And we'll set up a time in the next few weeks, maybe hopefully next week or two even, to get the first group going. So this is Jim Jordan with the Oregon Energy Healing Center, inviting those of you out there that want to learn Pangu Shengong to give me a call, and we'll get you started. Look forward to seeing some of you in the next couple weeks. Have a great day.